right. Well, thank you for coming today. I'm Kyrsten.
Milena.
Nice to meet you. Before we start, I just want to let you know that there are a few situations that might come up to where I would have to, talk to someone. If you were going to harm yourself or harm somebody else, or if there was any harm to you, then I would have to definitely, talk to someone about that. But other than that, I would love to talk to you and see what's going on and see how I can help.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. So what's going on?
So I'm about to graduate in a couple months, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to stick with playing basketball in college or to not play in college. So I'm just feeling really conflicted by making that decision.
Okay, conflicted. So can you kind of elaborate on, why are you feeling conflicted? What's making you feel conflicted?
Yeah, so I really, really love basketball. I grew up playing basketball. A lot of my friends that I've made in high school, they're really my core group. So I love, the community that basketball builds. I just love, it gives me great joy to play. But I also feel like academics has been something that I've always had to make more of a time and effort with doing well in school. So I feel like, especially during basketball season, going to practices, playing in games, it just takes up a lot of my time, and my schoolwork tends to suffer from the amount of time that's spent. So I just feel conflicted in that.
So when your schoolwork suffers, as a result of, the time and commitment that basketball takes, like, how does that make you feel?
I feel stressed out, but it's because my parents, specifically my mom, puts a lot of pressure on doing well in school, or at least getting my schoolwork done. But I really love playing basketball. So I don't think I put the stress on myself. I think it's coming from my mom.
Okay. But how do you feel when you are doing well academically?
I feel really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay. So it sounds like you really love basketball. It brings you enjoyment. You've been able to develop and build a close-knit group of friends because of basketball, the community. But as a result of playing, your schoolwork sometimes suffers.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make you feel good.
No.
And then with your parents kind of forcing you, or is it more so encouraging you to do well with schoolwork?
I feel like my dad is the encourager.
Okay.
I would say my mom, the way she responds to my academics would be like, she puts the pressure on.
Okay.
Whereas my dad encourages it.
Okay, so with both parents, so there is an emphasis to do well school-wise, and you do feel good when you do really well academically, but then you feel stressed out kind of during that process.
Right.
And then, has there been a situation to where your grades have kind of, or, suffered, or maybe academically something has happened because of basketball? Have you ever been in a situation like that?
I remember specifically, like in my literature classes, like where we had to do a lot of reading. Reading takes up a lot of time, and if I'm practicing for 2 hours after school every day, and then I get home, I just want to eat, go to bed, wake up, repeat the process. So it's hard for me to find that significant time to read specifically.
Yeah.
Versus math, I pick up pretty easy on, so I don't feel like I need to study for that.
So time, sometimes that's an issue.
Yes, definitely.
And that stresses you out?
I don't feel stressed out.
Okay.
I think just the pressure from my parents is what stresses me out.
Okay. So, you're trying to figure out, how you balance your academics with basketball and whether that's something that you want to do in college. Because you originally came in because you feel conflicted on like which one to do, right?
Right.
So, based off of how you feel with basketball, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to do that in college? I know you said possibly the academics, but is there anything else, or?
I think it's really just balancing my time. Because I really do love basketball, but I know college is at a whole nother level than high school. A lot more time is put in to a collegiate sport. So I know that's going to be way more intense than it is now. So I think that's where, I feel a little hesitant to play in college.
So hesitant.
Yeah. Because I think if I compare, what I'm going through in high school right now, and how there's not much time, and how I'm having a hard time specifically in certain subjects where I don't have enough time to read, for example. And if that's amplified at a college level, I just know that it's going to be a lot to balance.
So the prospect of, having a larger commitment at the collegiate level, having more responsibilities basketball-wise, and then the potential of, really not being able to juggle academics does make you kind of hesitant and nervous.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you considered how you would feel if you just focus on academics in college? I mean, how does that kind of, where does your mind go when you think about not playing basketball in college if you went with just academics?
I think I feel a little sad about it. I don't feel like it's a devastating.
Okay.
If I were to not play basketball, I don't think my life would be over, because there are other ways that I can fit, just playing basketball for fun on the side. So I feel like I can see the option of not playing.
Okay. And that option doesn't, scare you, or you would be open to that? Like it's a...
Yeah, I would definitely be open to considering just focusing on academics and not playing, for sure.
Okay. So, I know you said your parents put a lot of emphasis. Your dad he encourages you, and then your mom kind of, she stresses you a little bit more.
Yeah.
How would they feel, or have you thought about what they would think about you not playing basketball? Like, would that be something they'd support, or?
I know my mom would be 100% for it, because she's always kind of put academics first. And my dad would totally be supportive of me not playing. I think at the end of the day, they both want what's best for me. So I feel like they'll definitely be supportive if I decide to take basketball out of the picture.
Okay, so it sounds like, both your parents are supportive of you playing basketball. They both definitely want you to do well academically. I know you said that they definitely consider how you feel, but I just kind of want to make sure that, you're always keeping yourself first with how you feel. And so if you did move forward without playing basketball, would you feel okay with that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel as though I can definitely, find another way to still enjoy basketball, but not have it take up all of my time.
And then I know you said sometimes your mom gets a little, stresses you out with the academics, so that might actually minimize some of your stressors because then you'd be able to focus solely on academics.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, that's been something that she's been hitting, hard on. So if I eliminate basketball and I'm able to focus on my academics, I definitely feel like I'll be less stressed out because I won't be getting pressure from my mom.
So is this something that you have to decide on, right away, or right now you're kind of just trying to figure out what would be the best decision for you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, what options I might have. I definitely think I can, take some more time to think about it. I have a few more months until, I have to decide whether I want to play basketball or not. So it's definitely just, seeing what my options are as of right now. But I can definitely wait.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like basketball definitely is something that you love and it brings you happiness, but you're also happy when you do well academically and you're not as stressed because your mom, is not kind of, I guess, stressing you out in that area. But it seems like you're open to the possibility of playing or not playing, and you're trying to figure out which one would, do best with your schedule and just with how you would feel. So it seems like, you're already looking in the right direction. And I mean, is there anything else that I could help you with at all? Or, would you like to meet another day to kind of, talk through some of the other options that you may have, like scholarships or...
Yeah, that would be great to, talk about some other options of what I can do moving forward.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and talking to me. I hope I was able to kind of help you out a little bit. And we can set something up for next week.
Awesome. Thanks. Oh my